Hi everyone, so I'm finally in a place to confidently share with you the commission structure we offer to our agents at Fan Properties that allow our agents to earn up to 70% while the company earns only 30% in that case. And this is by way of leveraging on 3 different bonuses. Each of these bonus schemes sits at a different dimension of our operations, and I will detail each one of them and the parameters that govern each one of them in this video. But before I get to that, I just want to share with you some very important facts and very important aspects when it comes to commission versus resources and to the basically best practice in the market in terms of commission split between companies, agencies, and their agents. So 3 important aspects you have to take into consideration very carefully. Number 1, how much commission you earn versus how much resources you have access to in the company that you're looking at. And number 2, how achievable bonus schemes are in these companies, because some companies, they have many bonus schemes and they tell you can earn up to X or up to 90%, but they know that it's unattainable, and in most cases none of the people on the sales floor have done it before. And number 3, have this company went through the up and down, or you're talking to a company that's about to close down and their last solution or their last breath is to say, people come to us and we'll offer you X amount of commission or X percentage of commission. So the first aspect is a very important one, and it's the resources offered with the company. So when a company offers you high commission and they compromise on resources, maybe you won't be able to make any deal in that company. So when I talk about resources, we're talking about marketing, we're talking about how many years the company's been around, we're talking about market penetration, online presence, we're talking about physical presence in Dubai, do they have retail shops, we're talking about the history of awards, we're talking about the history of transactional record in the land department, we're talking about how much the company went through. Did this company go through the up and down and still survived and made its way up or not? And all of these aspects, actually there's an unlimited list of things that I can share with you now, but basically all of these aspects and parameters go into just one place, which is the brand equity. And it's how much and what's the value of the business card you're placing on the table when you meet a developer or when you meet any third party you're making business with, whether it's a developer or a client or even someone from the government authorities. And that's very important, and that has to go in line with the aspirations and your career growth and your career plan, where you want to get in the real estate industry over the coming 5 years. So if you plan to close a deal of 100 million dirhams and you think that you can close it with a weak or a poor brand behind you or a newborn brand behind you, you are most likely to be mistaken unless you're a Superman, and that's an extreme case I don't want to discuss in this video. But basically, for a client to come and trust and say, I'm going to list my 100 million villa with you, or I'm going to buy this 50 million dirhams asset from you and place 5% or 10% security deposit, they need to see credibility in the brand behind you. They need to come to the offices and see that these offices are here for good. If they walk into an office of 1,000 square feet and they see 3 or 4 admin behind you, that's not gonna feel right to them. And I've actually gone through experiences in the market where clients have preferred to come to us just for the sake of the brand that we have. So the brand equity is very, very important, especially in tough markets, because when the market's booming, I think everyone does business. Even taxi drivers, sometimes they do real estate business. You go to the barber and the barber is talking also about real estate. So that's number 1. And like I said, it's really important. So don't go for high commission and no resources. And the best way to qualify the resources of the company, all these resources, the marketing, the brand equity, the presence in the market, you can actually qualify this by way of looking at the back office. So at Fan Properties, we have over 80 people in our back office, 80. So 80 people in the back office, of course, they're doing something. They're here, they're earning salary to add value to the company. If you go to a company that tells you, we are, and they only have 5 or 6 or 7 people in their back office, so you understand what these guys are doing. You come to our accounts and finance department, I have 8 people in my accounts and finance department. So 8 people are busy day and night. That means there's healthy transactions in the company that keeps our accounts and finance department busy. So this is just a snap of how you can actually qualify, because today it's very easy for people to create websites that are eye-catching, but to get to hard facts, you go and you understand how many people they have in their back office. Number 2, let's say that you have identified a company that has many bonus schemes, attractive bonus schemes in place, and they tell you can earn up to 60, 70, or 80%. The first thing you do, you go to the salespeople, to sales agents in that company. You ask 3 or 4 sales agents who've hit this target before. So let's say at Fan Properties we have up to 70%, so you can earn 50, 55, 60, 65, 70%. Today I'm comfortable to share this with you because every single tier has been repeatedly hit by our agents. Of course, the top billers are those who have the lion's share and they go for the deals that allow them to earn 70% or 65%. But basically, it has to work. So you go to a company, they are going to offer you 60 or 70%, but no one has ever hit that bonus that allowed them to be in that place. Then that's not a bonus that went through a well qualifying process. And that's another important factor for you to take into consideration before making a decision. So we have 3 very well-tested commission bonuses at Fan Properties. Our agents have been enjoying this for the past few years, and it allowed many people in the company to enjoy up to 70% commission while the company earns only 30% commission. In a nutshell, the first one is a turbo bonus, what we call a turbo bonus commission, because it's very exciting because it allows even new joiners to enjoy up to 70% commission. The second one is a yearly target that resets every year. So we have different thresholds throughout the year, and every time you reach to a certain threshold, you start earning a higher commission. I'll go into details in a minute. And the third one is a very actually dear bonus structure to my heart because it's given to those who are very loyal. It's given to those who have been with us for a while in the company. I mean, we have already a few agents in the company that exceeded 7 years. So basically, it depends on how many years you spent at Fan Properties. So 0 to 3 years, you earn certain commission. 3 to 5 years, you earn certain commission. 5 to 7, you earn certain commission. And beyond 7 years, you start earning 70% despite what target, despite what deal, despite how much commission you're writing to the company. So let's go into the first one, which is the turbo bonus. To simplify what I'm about to explain, I'm going to round up all the numbers, but you can see the actual numbers on the screen. So 50,000 dirhams to 100,000 dirhams or to 99,999,000 dirhams, the agent will get 5% extra bonus on top of the 50%. So the agent will get 55% commission while the company gets only 45% commission. And of course, when I talk about a single deal could be a sales of 1 unit or several units, long as it's from the same buyer and the same seller, and it happens at the same time. Now, the second one is 100,000 dirhams, 250,000 dirhams. The agent will get 7.5% bonus on top of the 50%. So the agents get 57.5% commission and the company gets only 42.5% commission. The third one is when it's 150 to 250, the agent will get 10% commission on top of the 50. So the agent gets 60 and the company gets only 40% commission. Then when you hit 250 to 350, the agent will get 65% commission. So it's 15% over and above the 50-50 basic commission. So the agent gets 65 and the company gets only 35% commission. The top tier is 350 plus, where the agent gets 20% on top of the normal commission structure. So the agent will get 70% commission, while the company gets only 30% commission. Now, I want to emphasize over and over and over again that these targets are being hit by our agents on monthly basis, whether we are talking about the 70% or the 65% or the 60%. Of course, we're talking about the top billers in the company when it comes to 70% or 65%, but it's something that's being hit, and that's why I'm actually comfortable to share it on social media and to share it with everyone. And I tell you, whenever you join Fan Properties, the first thing you do on the sales floor is to ask agents who has been hitting what. We have a high level of transparency in the company, and you would see the numbers hit by every agent from day one up to the day you're looking at the screen on our sales floor to see how much each of our top billers has achieved so far. So before I move to the next bonus scheme, I just want to give you a perspective of how achievable these numbers are. So let's take Blue Waters Island as an example. It's a place where we've done a lot of transactions recently. And it offers 1 bedroom all the way up to 4 bedroom. I'm gonna take a 2 bedroom as an example. So a 2 bedroom on Blue Waters Island is worth around 3.5 million, and you typically have, you classically get 3% from the developer, which amounts to about 105,000 dirhams. And in such case, our agent will be on 57.5% and the company will be on the rest of the commission. So the agent in this case will earn around 60,000 dirhams and the company will earn around 45 or 44,000 dirhams. So that's just to give you a perspective of that. So let's move now to the next commission scheme. So the second bonus scheme is what we call an accumulative annual target, because it resets every year. And we basically accumulate and we sum up the commissions that you earn. And when that total commission crosses a threshold, then you get a bonus on top of your 50-50. Now, this number just for simplicity's sake, because it really also depending on the area you're handling and what type of properties you're selling. So for example, we have a team that sells affordable properties where the price tag of these properties is much lower, and hence the commission, and hence the target numbers would be probably 50% of what I'm about to share with you. That's not the case, of course, when you talk about downtown or Blue Waters or Palm Jumeirah, where you have luxury properties with high price tag and hence high commissions. So 0 to 500,000 dirhams, you earn your 50-50, unless, of course, you're hitting different target schemes, such as the turbo bonus or the loyalty program that we're going to explain to you in a minute. Now, 500 to 1 million, you get 2.5% more, so you earn 52.5, while the company earns only 47.5%. And then 1 million to 1.5, you earn 55, the company earns 45. 1.5 to 2.5, the company earns 60, you earn 60%, the company earns 40. And then 2.5 to 3 million, you earn 65%, and the company earns 35%. Above 3 million, you earn 70%, and the company earns only 30%. So you 70%, the company's 30%. Again and again and again, I want to emphasize that whenever you join Fan Properties, you ask on the sales floor, and everyone would tell you how many people are hitting these bonuses on monthly basis, even throughout these years. Now, the third target is, like I said, is very dear to my heart, because it's given to people who've been with us for a long time. We have few agents who've already crossed 7 years of service at Fan Properties, and they're really more than brothers and sisters to me. And we have many people actually between 5 and 7 years, so they're at the edge of crossing 7 years. And so basically the way it works, it's 0 to 3 years, you earn your 50-50. 3 years to 5 years, you earn 55%, and the company earns 45%. 5 years to 7 years, you earn 60%, the company earns 40%. And above 7 years, or 7 years and above, you start earning 70%, while the company earns only 30%. So basically, you'll be earning 70% when the company is earning only 30%. And the reason why I came up with this target, because I know that Dubai is not really a place for, or I know that many people don't really think long term, especially in the real estate industry, because the industry hasn't matured enough, but it's definitely on the right track to mature. And I mean, back then when I was an agent myself, I always wanted to work for a company that offers me something for the future, something that I would be always looking forward to. So, you know, there are a lot of labels that we're a family and we care about you, but you care about us. But I wanted to create a program that adds up to the respect, to the mutual respect, to the mutual loyalty we have with people who spend long time with us in the company, and that's to compensate them and to compensate their years of service at Fan Properties. So people who got 7 years plus, they'll be earning 70% despite what target they're on, despite if it's a leasing deal or a sales deal, despite which area they're handling. Any commission they bring in, they get 70%, the company gets 30%. Now, with all of this being said, please keep in mind that agents who get actually access to hit up to 70% commission, while the company gets 30% commission, they still have access to an amazing leverage and to an amazing set of resources, starting from the brand equity. When you hold your business card and you put it on the table to any developer, they immediately and instantly recognize the brand name, and they associate it to trust, they associate it to success, they associate it to hard work, they associate it to whatever an investor or even a developer or any third party wish to have in the other party, or in the whoever is selling or offering a service to. Because over the past 10 years, we have really managed to build a name in Dubai, and we have really managed to support, to back up the brand, to back up whatever statements we make in the market with results. So in 2017, we've been awarded by the Dubai government as the #1 agency across the Emirate of Dubai in terms of the number of transactions we closed. And hopefully in 2018, we'll be also among the very top ones. I don't want to comment at the end of 2018 because it hasn't ended yet. But I think I have a big hope to hit again amazing numbers.